Dave, anything planned for the day? Were you even going to try?
I'm an offender, Jane. All right, no one wants to hire me. I've tried.
Oh, not this again.
No, I don't like it either, but if no one's going to give me a chance... No, I'll just keep claiming the benefit until I don't have to talk about it anymore.
That could be years. They'll cut off your benefit.
Well, what would you know about it?
I really have not got time for this now, Dave. You have got to find a job if you want to keep staying here, because I just can't keep supporting you.
I've got nowhere else to go, Jane.
Look, Sarah needs a new school uniform. And it's her birthday soon. She's asked me for a guitar, can you imagine? I need you to help us, Dave. You're her dad. You're supposed to be supporting her, not me supporting you.
I know. All right, I know.
I don't mean to keep having a go, okay, but please, will you just try again? I'll tell you what. Why don't I leave you my laptop? And you can have a look for some jobs, and then when I come back, maybe I can help you to apply. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I've really got to go. Sarah, come on, please.
Yeah, what about this one? Maintenance operative.
Was it a permanent contract?
Yep. Although I'm not going to get it, though, am I?
Well, why not?
Well, you know why not.
You used to be so positive. Where did all that go? Come on, let's have a look. Right. Interpersonal skills. Good physical fitness. Well, you've always had that. Flexibility, full clean driving licence, £11 per hour. Oh, you'll get that easy. Right, you do the basics, and then I'll check it over.
Address. And here we go again.
Well, what is it?
It's the same question. Do you have any unspent criminal convictions, yes or no? What do I put?
Do you have to answer?
Well, it says it's the law. So, yes, I have to.
Suppose you better add then.
David Brown?
Yeah, that's me.
Come in. Have a seat, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
Well, we don't like to make these things too formal, so why don't you just tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay. All right. Well, I'm 29 years old. I've worked mainly in labouring and construction, although I have done some carpentry and some gardening. And I have done some sales as well. I have 6 GCSEs, and I have an NVQ in business skills.
That all sounds good. I see you've put that you have a criminal conviction. Could you tell us a bit about that, please?
Yes, of course. Back in 2010, I was arrested with a small amount of drugs on me. Despite it being only for personal use, I was convicted of possession with intent to supply. I mean, back then I was in with a bad crowd. And to be honest, being arrested was probably the best thing that happened to me. I mean, prison gave me a chance to think. I've got a small daughter, and you know, I don't want her to grow up without her dad. I used the time to sort myself out. I did the MVQ, and I also volunteered to be a prison listener as well.
I see.
Thanks for being so honest, Mr. Brown. It's really important that we have a totally professional environment.
Oh, absolutely, I fully understand. I'm in no way involved in any of that anymore. I mean, I only ever have a drink at Christmas now. So.
Well, on the sounds of it, I don't think we should be too worried about you reoffending. We'll be considering you on your skills and experience only, not your record.
Thanks very much for coming in. We will be in touch soon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Do you have to answer?
Well, I could leave it blank. I could tell them in the interview. I mean, it always sounds better in person.
Well, there you go. Just make sure you get the chance.
David Brown?
Yeah, that's me.
Come in. Have a seat, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
Well, we don't like to make these things too formal, so why don't you just tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, all right. Well, I'm 29 years old. I've worked mainly in labouring and construction, although I have done some carpentry and some gardening. I have done some sales as well. I have 6 GCSEs and I have an MVQ in business skills.
That all sounds good, Mr. Brown. Do you have any questions for us so far?
No, not really, no.
There is one thing. I see there's a gap in your employment between 2010 to 11. You've just put down that you were unavailable for work. Could you explain that, please?
Yes, yeah, well... You see, what happened wasn't actually my fault, you know, really. Well, what... See, what happened, well, I was in prison. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was only for cannabis, mostly. I mean, nothing too serious. I mean, everyone's done a little bit, haven't they?
You were in prison?
Yeah.
Possession of cannabis?
Yes. No. Yes and no. Possession and supply. I mean, it was only just that one time, though. I mean, it was not an Hill Carnival. I didn't think anyone would mind. And then they start making out I'm some, like, big-time dealer or something. And my solicitor, like, in court, he was useless. I mean, he just sat there. So that was that. I mean, year of my life wasted. But, you know, it's not as if anyone got hurt or anything.
Well, thank you for explaining that, Mr. Brown. I can see it's obviously not been very easy for you.
Yes, thanks. Fascinating. We'll be in touch.
Okay. Right.
Do you have any questions for us so far?
No. There is something I should explain.
Go ahead.
Well, you'll see that there's a gap in my experience. That's because in 2010 I was arrested for a small amount of drugs. Despite it being only for personal use, I was convicted of possession with intent to supply. I mean, back then I was in with a bad crowd. And to be honest, being arrested was probably the best thing that happened to me. I mean, prison gave me a chance to think. I've got a small daughter, and you know, I don't want her to grow up without her dad. I used the time to sort myself out. I did the MVQ, and I also volunteered to be a prison listener as well.
I see.
Thanks for being so honest, Mr. Brown. It's really important that we have a totally professional environment.
Oh, absolutely, I fully understand. I'm in no way involved in any of that anymore. I mean, I only ever have a drink at Christmas now, too. So.
Well, I'll be honest. You're certainly one of the better candidates we've seen, and everyone deserves a second chance. I'd love to offer you the position.
But our culture here is all about honesty. It's company policy not to employ anyone who is knowingly misled. The application form clearly asks if you have unspent convictions, and you checked the no box.
Well, yeah. But that was only so I could get a foot in the door. I mean, it always sounds so much better if I can just explain it in person.
We appreciate that, Mr. Brown. It is company policy.
There really is nothing we can do.
Right. Okay. Thanks a lot.
How's the job hunt going?
Not good, Tony. I've pretty much given up.
Mate, everyone finds it hard. Readjusting.
I'm trying to do the best that I can for Jane and Sarah, but I can't find no work. I can't get any job interviews. I've only had the one. That was for a crap job, and I couldn't even get that.
What happened?
It's a record, isn't it?
Mate, give it time.
Mate, I don't have time. Well, she's already told me I've got to move out. Now she's talking about me not seeing Sarah. You know what I mean? If I can't provide for her. Where's my daughter?
Take it easy.
No, I can't, Derek. Because I don't know what I'm going to do.
If you need a little cash, I can probably help. A friend of mine needs someone who can trust for some courier work.
I can't do that, Tony. No, I can't risk it. Not with Sarah growing up so quick.
But something will turn up.
Oh yeah, it's easy for you to say, isn't it, Mr. Whippy?
With a van. It's hardly how I thought I'd make my millions, is it? It's just what I had to do to make ends meet when I got out. I'm still paying it off.
Why can't you just apply for jobs where they only ask you to send a CV in? If they don't ask about your record, you ain't got to tell them.
That hardly worked for you, did it, Tone?
I do okay.
I think you're just better off being upfront from the start. You know, it's pretty easy to find an excuse to get rid of you if they think you've hid something. Yeah, even if they didn't actually ask. Things have got a way of slipping out.
No, mate. You've got more chance of getting any kind of work at all if you keep it quiet.
Oh, hello, Dave. What do you want? Thanks.
Well, it's not everything that I owe, but, you know, it's a start. Is Sarah in?
What's in the box?
I couldn't afford a real one, so I thought this would be nice.
Yeah, very good, Dave. How have you been?
Good, actually. I've got a new job. I'm in civil engineering. All right, well, I'm digging up the roads, really, but it's going well. They're going to make me permanent, train me up.
Well, that's great. Well done. So, I suppose you'll be wanting to give that to Sarah yourself, will you? Sarah! Your dad's here!
Hey, happy birthday, darling. How you doing? You alright? You had a nice day?
You've got more chance of getting any kind of work at all if you keep it quiet.
Oh, hello, Dave.
Hiya.
What do you want?
I just came to wish Sarah an happy birthday.
How have you been?
Well, yeah, got a new job.
Oh, that's good. What is it?
Bicycle courier.
Oh, that's great.
Only it didn't really work out, but... You know, well, they found out about my record, so...
You didn't tell them?
No, well, they didn't ask, did they? I turn it on the first day and they want me to do a CRB check because they deliver to the banks and schools and stuff. So, you know, I mean, it ain't my fault, it just didn't work out.
Dave.
It's all right, Tony's offered me some work.
Dodgy Tony? From before?
It's only to tide me over until I can get something proper.
Oh, you haven't changed at all, have you? I think you better go.
Oh, come on, Mark.
No. Sarah needs a dad who can support her, not someone who's about to end up in prison, for God's sake. I don't think you can be that kind of father, can you?
Oh, come on, Jane, give me a chance.
No, we are done giving you chances. Do not make a scene, Dave. It's her birthday. I think you better go.